Hey everyone, welcome back to Playing Quietly. My name is Ryan, and today I'm bringing you another Elden Ring guide. Today we're going to be talking about the Moor questline. Now before we begin, it's really important to note that there are a number of things that we can miss in this quest if we progress the story too far, so just be aware that we don't want to break Miquella's rune too early. Another thing that is very important is we don't want to be killing any of the friendly pest NPCs that we might find throughout the world. First things first, from when you zone into the Gravesite Plain Site of Grace, we are going to make our way north to the Scorched Ruins, further north to the Three-Path Cross, and then west over to the Main Gate Cross Site of Grace. Once there, we are going to find Moor, and we are going to have a dialogue with him.
Hello there. Together.
After talking with him, we're going to purchase one of his items. It could be anything. After that, we should have the option to talk to Moor. After we talk to Moor and he tells us about the Forager Brood, we're going to go over here and talk to Ansbach. After exhausting Ansbach's dialogue and resetting at the Site of Grace, we should then be able to ask him about the person in the verdigris armor. After Ansbach gives us a little bit more information about Moor, we can move on to the next part of the quest. We are going to make our way over to the Castle Front Site of Grace. Then we are going to follow the path. Then when it forks off, we are going to go to the left, and we're going to look for the Pillar Path Site of Grace. Once there, we are going to find the NPC Tiolier, and we're going to speak with him and exhaust his dialogue. After speaking with Tiolier, we are going to fast travel back to the Main Gate Cross Site of Grace and speak with Moor again. We're going to choose the option to talk to Moor.
I know. Give this to Tiolier. He asked me to find it. I finally found it.
And from Moor, we will receive the Black Syrup. Then, of course, we are going to go back to the Pillar Path Cross Site of Grace and give it to Tiolier. We're going to choose the option to give the Black Syrup to Tiolier, and then we are going to ask about the Black Syrup. And then we're going to tell him that we are wary of life. After all that, he is finally going to give us Tiolier's concoction, which we can use for one of the two endings for the Dragon Communion questline. For the next part of the questline, we're going to go looking for the friendly pest NPCs. For the first one, we're going to go south of the Cliff Road Terminus Site of Grace until we reach this area right here. And as we saw there, we want to be really careful that we don't aggro any of the enemies, because they do have a chance to kill the friendly pests. Now, once we speak to the friendly pest, he is going to give us the Forager Brood Cookbook number 2. The next pest that we are going to be looking for is going to be southwest of the Morth Ruins Site of Grace, and it's going to be located right here. And once we find him, he is going to give us the Forager's Cookbook number 1. For our next friendly pest, we want to go to the Cerulean Coast Site of Grace and work our way north, avoiding the Furnace Golem, and we will find him right here. Once we talk to him, we will get the Forager's Brood Cookbook number 3. For our next friendly pest, we want to go back to the Morth Ruins, and we're going to head north past this lake here, and we're going to work our way through a cave system until we hit this poison swamp, we are going to hang east, and there are going to be some grave birds that we do need to take out first before we approach the pest, or like I said before, they do have a chance to kill the pest. So make sure you clear everything out and make it safe first. Now, in my experience, the only bird we really need to worry about is this one here. After that, we should be able to safely approach the friendly pest. After speaking with him, we will get the Forager Cookbook number 5. Now for our next pest, we are going to need an item called a Warming Stone. One really easy one that we can find is going to be just west of the Church of Erith, which we can find right after Stormvale Castle, and it's going to be located next to some trees right about here. After we've gotten our Warming Stone, we are going to go back to the Morth Ruins. Once we are at the Morth Ruins, we are going to head northwest up to the Church of the Crusade. However, if you have not done the NPC encounter here, you're going to want to avoid the church, as he does again have a chance to kill the friendly pest, so just keep that in mind. Now we are going to find this pest balled up and laying on the ground, and we're just going to drop one of those Warming Stones beside him. Now once he wakes up, we are going to exit out of the game, back to the title screen, and when we load back in, we should be able to speak with him, and we will receive the Forager Brood Cookbook number 4. So now that we have helped this pest, we are going to fast travel back to the main gate cross site of Grace, and we're going to speak with Moore again.
Oh, I know. This is for you. The Forager Brood give their thanks.
And he's going to give us the Forager Brood Cookbook number 7. Now, for our final pest, we are going to go back to the Morth Ruins site of Grace. We're going to make our way down through the Morth Ruins into Bonnie Village, then head around this path, making sure to avoid the Furnace Golem, and we're going to come here, and when the road forks, we are going to head a little bit north up onto this cliff area here, and the pest we're looking for should be located about here. Now keep in mind that this is going to break Miquella's rune, so if there's anything you want to do before breaking Miquella's rune, be sure to take care of that. Now, this is a good time to point out that, at least in my current version of the game, a lot of these pests are bugged, and they will appear to be in the ground, so you might have to do a little extra looking for them, but they are there. So let's go ahead and talk to him, and we will get our final cookbook number 6. And now that Miquella's rune is broken, we are going to go back to the main gate cross Site of Grace, and we're going to speak with Moore again. Now, we want to talk to Moore here again.
What to do?
And he's going to give us 3 options here. If we say, put it behind you, he is going to appear in a boss fight much, much later in the game, essentially right before the end of the game. If we say, remain sad forever, the storyline is basically going to end here. And if we select, I don't know, nothing is really going to happen with Moore. So, for the purposes of this video, we are going to say we are going to remain sad forever.
Sad. Forever. Sad. Forever and ever.
So after that, we want to return to the place where we dropped the warming stone for the pest that was curled up in a ball. And when we return to the area, we will find Morth curled up with the pest that was previously there. And we can pick up his bell bearing as well as his shield and his armor set. Alright guys, that's all I have for you for today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, hopefully I have earned your subscription. Don't forget to check back for more Elden Ring content, but until then, we'll see you guys next time. Have yourselves a good one.